Good afternoon, Deerfield. It's a pleasure to be with you here today. It's Wednesday, June 9th, and it's time for our virtual town hall. It was good seeing so many of you last week and again this week for the meetings that we had with Jesse Jansen, our CEO, and then to be introduced to Eric Gurley from Emmanuel and the leadership team from Emmanuel earlier this week. It's an exciting time for Deerfield, and I hope that you share in that excitement. As we go through the transition over the next couple of months, I just want to offer myself as a resource to you that if you have any questions for Emmanuel or for LifeSpace for that matter, please let me know. Stop me in the hallways, give me a call, send an email to me. I want to be able to forward those questions on to Emmanuel and make sure that they're responding to those. I will relay those responses or record those, or who knows, maybe they'll come out and meet and share those responses to your questions in person. In response to the follow-up from Emmanuel, on Monday, when Eric was here, he stated that he'll be back out in July, after the 4th of July or sometime in July, to meet with us all again. And so as soon as that meeting is scheduled and on the calendar, I will pass that along to you so you can plan on being there. Some residents have asked if they could have their family attend that as well, and you're welcome to do that. As soon as we set the date, I'll schedule a time, and I'll ask if you have families attending to let me know so we can accommodate that space or have two meetings. I think that's it for today from me. Again, I want to answer any questions that you have. It's going to be business as usual until the end of July, and we'll continue with LifeSpace and then make the transition to Emmanuel. Next, we're going to have Ray Custard provide an update on the Finance Committee. We're going to continue our series focusing on our resident council and the support that they provide to residents and the communication, the vital communication that they provide between administration and the residents. It's an engaged, positive group, and I would encourage you to introduce yourself to the council if you've not done so already and get to know them. So with that said, I will turn it on over to Ray. I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you around.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm here with Ray Custer. He is the committee chair for the Finance Committee. So welcome, Ray. Thank you for coming. But he's also the vice president here of the Resident Council, and we'll discuss that a little bit later. But Ray, so I just wanted to give everyone a little bit of a insight to what you do. What is the role of the Finance Committee here at Deerfield?
Well, the Residents Finance Committee under the bylaws of the Residents Association is we are charged to have a chair, at least 3 members of independent living, and to discuss financial matters with the management of Deerfield as well as LifeSpace, relative to the financial stability of the facility here. Now, the committee is required to have a chair and at least 3 members from independent living, as I said, and we have 6 members right now. Historically, the committee has been comprised of a lot of accountants. Well, we're trying to hit a broader group of the residents this year since we reconvened after the pandemic, and we have 6 members. We have 3 members who are continuing members of the previous Finance Committee. We have 3 that are new. We have 3 women and 3 men. We have 3 of the residents of the main facility, and 3 of our members are residents in the townhomes, 2 from the west side, 1 from the east side. And their experience or the time they lived here at Deerfield has been anywhere from 2 years to 14 years. We have members who've been on the committee for 14 years. Wow. I've been on the committee 5 years, and this is my first year as chair because I'm on the Residents Council. I guess nobody else volunteered for it, so I did. And what do we do? Well, we meet every month with James Robinson, our executive director. Mm-hmm. We meet with Bill Austin, who is the facility accountant, whom you may or may not know. And we also meet with Steve Owens, who is the LifeSpace regional accountant, who also happens to be officed here at Deerfield. And both Deerfield as well as LifeSpace have been very good about providing us basic accounting and other information, financial information about the facility, because we're always monitoring its health and stability. So What do? We meet monthly with these 3 people, and they provide the information, and we review the operating expenses and revenues from the previous month and the year to date, and we compare that to budget. We compare the previous year to see the trend lines that we look like. Additionally, every month we look at the trends in the licensed area as far as the independent areas as far as occupancy goes. And the financials also cover all 4 areas. And so we've done much better as a facility the last 2 years because occupancy has been up and good financial management. And so those are the main things we look at on a monthly basis. Periodically, we also can discuss the budgeting process with management. We can discuss other things like is there a change in the long-term financing of Deerfield, as well as they make available to us the audited annual financial statements of both Deerfield as well as LifeSpace, and we ask questions about those items. And after we have our meetings, etc., there's no formal minutes or anything, but I do report back to the Residence Council every month. And if you look at the minutes of the Residence Council, you'll see a summary for our committee in there, the things that we've discussed. And those, of course, are put out in the app so you can see my writing, what's going on. So that's how we basically communicate, but we all are also very anxious to make sure that as committee members of the chair, that if you have questions, please ask us. We'll follow up with management on those questions, or if you just want a better understanding. And if we don't have an answer, we'll get it for you at the next meeting and get back to you. But we want to be communicators, and both upward and downward with management. And I will say, once again, the LifeSpace has been very good about sharing financial information with us. Now, this is what we do now. After August 1st, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what our committee is going to be or what financial information will be provided to us.
Yeah. No, that's
Excuse me.
Really a lot of great information. And, you know, at this point, obviously, yes, we don't know what will happen after August 1st, but if residents would be interested to either be a part of your committee, is that something that they can reach out to you?
I think as far as being a part of the committee, we're going to wait until we see what happens on August the 1st. But if there's a list of the committee members that are attached to the minutes, I believe, every month of the Residence Council. If not, give questions to me, the committee members, etc. We'll be very open about this process, make sure communications is out there. We don't want financial rumors or inaccurate running around. We want to give you the actual information. Now, what we do forward, I don't know, we'll probably might reconstitute, but this is a very new committee, and so we're going with it. And once again, you do have to be a member of the independent living area. You cannot be from the licensed areas. And that's about all I know. Like in the as we go forward, I'm sure there'll be other information come out, etc. But those are the things we do, and this has been part of what we've done in the past. Now, in the past, we've had a lot of accountants and heavy financial people on the committee, and due to aging and health issues, they've stepped down over the last 3 or 4 years. So we've tried to take a different approach to touch more people, not necessarily heavy financial experience, but just a broad band of the people that are residents here, so we can get questions asked and answered. Yeah,
perfect. And then also, we kind of mentioned it at the early part of the video, but anything else you want to add as far as your role with as the vice president of resident council?
Well, like all vice presidents, whatever's needed, as opposed to specific duties. I work very closely with Tom McKinnon, the president of our residence council, and we do virtually everything together to give us more firepower to do things. And so, if Tom was unable to sit at a meeting, I would take his place. Other than that, I just do those things. I also help keep current on our bylaws, the Residents Association. And once again, those will be up to date through last month. We'll see if those change going forward. I'm sure they will.
Yeah. You know, as change comes, things will obviously be coming down the line, and we'll let everyone know the best of our abilities. But thank you so much, Ray, for coming out today, and thank you for all you do at Deerfield.
Thank you. Good to be here.
All right. Thank you.